customers do. The death of XQD. Hey everybody, welcome back to the vlog. So today is going to be kind of a Sony day. Now, it looks like Sony's XQD format is going to go into the rubbish heap. It's going to go the way of the dinosaur, kind of like Sony's Betamax did in like 2002 when VHS took over the market.
If you think network television is a little boring, start your own network. With the Sony Betamax and the portable Sony videotape camera, you can do just that. You can record what you want when you want, and watch what you want when you want. It's the best family entertainment on television. One more shot, Ma. Come on, smile.
It's the best birthday I've ever had.
So before I get into today's vlog, please head over to JCristina.com. You can find a lot of photography tools I've invented over the years. Check them out. If there's something you like, pick it up and support me. That would be awesome. Now, a company called Lexar made CF cards, SD cards in the past for about 20 years. Really, really good cards. Well, a couple of years ago, they went out of business. Now, out of the ashes was born a company called ProGrade Digital. ProGrade Digital now has their own card line, high-end card line called ProGrade. They decided just recently, right around the NAB show, I think the announcement came out, that they are not going to be creating XQD cards. They're going to go straight to CF Express cards. So now why is this important? Well, let me start out by saying Sony came out with the XQD format right around 2012. And they put it immediately into their cinema camcorders, and Nikon adopted it into their cameras. Now, Nikon has, I believe it's the D4, the D4s, the D5, the D850, and I believe the D500 that has this XQD format built into it. Now, the problem as I see it here is when you see a major company like ProGrade or SanDisk or someone like that no longer support or no longer create a specific format of a card, for example, XQD, obviously it means that there's not enough adoption. There's not enough people buying those specific cards. So why produce them? And I think that is what's going on here. I personally think that Sony has left Nikon holding the bag here. Why do I say that? Nikon started using Sony sensors, and they've also started using their XQD format. Now, Sony hasn't reciprocated. Sony does not use their own format. If you look at the A7 or the A9, their entire series of full-frame mirrorless cameras, it's all just standard SD, UHS2, UHS1, but standard SD, not XQD. Why? I mean, they obviously see the writing on the wall themselves and say, well, there's not enough adoption of XQD. We don't want to put it in our flagship product. That's sad, guys. In my personal opinion, I think it's sad, and that's why I think that Nikon is being left holding the bag here. Now, what is the major difference between XQD and the new CF Express cards? The major difference is both read speeds, write speeds, and size. The largest XQD right now are like 256 gigabyte, whereas the new cards, the CF Express, are going to be 1 terabyte. That is 4 times the size. And as far as read-write speeds, you're looking at a read speed of about 450 megabytes per second on the XQD, whereas the new architecture, the CF Express architecture, will go all the way up past 1400 megabytes per second. You're looking at 3 times the speed. Now, why does that matter? I've had this discussion with a lot of you guys before. I think that we're all hybrid shooters these days. All in quotes, okay? A lot of us shoot both photo and video. Why? Because we need to, right? We need to make money, and a lot of clients want both photo and video. So we need to be able to do both. And as cameras come out that are hybrid shooters, hybrid cameras, they need to have cards that can handle that amount of data. As you're writing onto these cards, for example, 4K, as you're doing 444, as you're doing higher bit rates, okay, it needs a lot of speed and it needs a lot of storage. And XQD is not providing it, whereas CF Express is. So In my opinion, I think XQD is going to go the way of the dinosaur, just like Sony's Betamax did. That's just the way it is. I also think that Nikon cameras, as they come out, the new next generation, they will not support XQD. They're going to go with UHS-1, UHS-2 SD cards, or even CF Express cards in them. That's just the way it's going to go, guys. When you see a company like Sony not support their own architecture, not support their own format, the writing is on the wall. When you don't have enough adoption, there's no reason for companies to produce those cards, to have that R&D that has to go in there, to have that machine running, producing cards that are not going to be selling that well. Simply that. So for all the Nikon shooters out there, all is not lost. It's my understanding that CF Express will be backwards compatible. So if you have a D4, D5, D500, whatever, that CF Express card that will be made available will be backwards compatible to your XQD reader and writer in your camera, so it shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to guess Nikon's going to have to put out a firmware patch, an update that you'll have to download and install into your camera before you can use the new architecture, the CF Express. So anyways, guys, what do you think? Do you think Sony left Nikon holding the bag? Do you think that XQD will be going the way of the dinosaur? Do you think it's not? Do you think CF Express is the future? What do you think? I want to hear from you. Put your comments in the area below. Also, if you enjoy my content, as always, please throw me a big thumbs up. That would be stellar. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can get all my content when it becomes available, and click the little bell notification icon so when it does become available, you will be notified of it. And finally, as I always say, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find a lot of photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. If there is, please pick it up and support me. That's it, guys. I will see you in the next vlog. Happy shooting. Take care.